Hey guys, what is up and welcome back to the channel. It's your boy FlippinStoop on this nice, beautiful, dreary, rainy day here in Michigan, lovely Saginaw, Michigan. Today, let me refresh the group a little bit about what this group is about to help motivate, encourage people to push forward in their eBay business and not to give up. Some tips here and there. As I gather them, you guys will gather them as well. One thing we don't allow in here is soliciting your YouTube channel, soliciting your whatever services you're providing. That's not what this group's for. I remove people on a daily basis for it. There's no questions asked. You know the group rules when you enter. There is no promotion or spam and you'll be removed. Now, we are over 2,100 people in this group, guys. That is awesome. I'm super pumped about that. Started out with no intentions to get this to this level, but now my next goal is to get 10,000 people in this group within the next couple years. But this group's going to be, this discussion is going to go over, wow, I just had a brain fart. It's going to be basically going over why most people think they want to be the boss, and then when it comes time to it, they realize that it's much easier working for Tim than it is for yourself. And I'm going to dive off into that and give you guys some examples of what I'm actually talking about at this very moment. So, most people want to be their own boss until they're their own boss. Why? Because when something goes wrong on your job, if you're working a plain 9 to 5, regular 9 to 5, nothing wrong with that. Matter of fact, it's a lot easier than your eBay business is ever going to be. When something goes wrong, you get to fucking blame Tim. You get to blame your boss. You get to blame the company, right? You ever go to your job and hear how many people complain about what's going wrong in the business? All over the place. When you become your own boss on eBay, guess who's to blame? You and I. We're the only ones you can blame. So what I've realized is people don't like to accept responsibility when their business ain't going right. The only person you got to point the finger at is you. It's not eBay. eBay's not against you. eBay is actually for you. They want to see you succeed because if you're not succeeding on eBay, neither are they. So it has, and if you'll hear, if you go into these groups and these BOLO groups and everything, you'll hear so many people complaining about the platform. What they really need to do is accept responsibility and turn the mirror around, look at themselves and ask themselves what they're doing wrong. One thing reselling on eBay has really taught me is to take full ownership of my actions or lack thereof actions. It's funny because I was just taking my fiance to work, and one funny topic we were on, it wasn't really funny, but it was based on what you actually speak into your life becomes your existence. That's exactly, your mind creates the life you live. People be like, you're crazy, that's not true. Well, take a look back where you're at right now. If you're one of the people that wake up with a negative mindset, the whole world's out to get you, you just didn't get lucky in life and things aren't just not going your way, it is actually all your responsibility and all your thought process that led you to exactly where you're at today. So when most people fail reselling on eBay, it has nothing to do with eBay. It has nothing to do with anybody outside of yourself. It's people don't want to take the responsibility to actually look at themselves and say, where am I going wrong in the business? Because as I just mentioned prior in this video, it's easy when you're working a regular job and something goes wrong, management's poor or whatever it is, to blame Tim or Tina or whoever that owns the company, right? It's easy to do that. What happens when something goes wrong in your eBay business? Sales go down, sales go up. Sometimes it goes up too much and you can't handle it, right? And you think you can. So when something goes wrong in your eBay business, most people fail because they don't want to accept responsibility full-fledged for themselves. In life, if you want greatness, this is the biggest turning table in your life, is to be able to look in the mirror and look at what you're doing on a daily basis and take responsibility to either your procrastination or you getting a lot of production done. Pat yourself on the back. It's not somebody else. Look, I can sit here and give you my exact daily routine that has given me daily sales of over 15 items of sales a day, sometimes 30, depending if it's the weekend or whatever, right? So I can give you the complete layout. You can't, if you succeed when I give you the complete layout, it's not me that owns that responsibility of making you successful. It's your actions, your train of thought, and your dedication to what you say you're going to do that's going to get you there. Because if I used to wake up like this all the time, this is my morning routine. Oh, I hate the world. I wish I could just hit the snooze button and go back to bed. Fuck my job. Fuck this. Fuck that, right? That was literally my attitude, guys. You did not want to be around me a few years ago in the morning whatsoever. I will ruin your day, ruin my day, and everybody else's day around me, right? So you didn't want to be around me. So I realized I had to take full responsibility, look in the mirror. Maybe I didn't look exactly into the mirror, but I looked at a direct reflection of myself and says, you have a shitty attitude, Justin, in the morning when you wake up. That have to make a drastic change or you're going to get the same results for the rest of your life. And I didn't want that anymore. I woke up one day and says, I don't want to feel like this anymore. So I am willing to do anything it takes to become a different person. And I did that. And you could do that too. And if you're waking up with the attitude, oh, another day of eBay, maybe you should just seriously fold it up, put it away, and do something else. Until you can alter how your mind is working, if you're not in control of your thoughts, you're fucked. Now, don't get me wrong. You're going to have automatic thoughts. We all do. You're going to have a negative little guy in there telling you some stupid shit, or gal telling you some stupid shit throughout your entire day. You need to be able to have the power to eliminate that and think what's important. That will lead you to the next level. Now, when I'm talking about you literally speak into existence the lifestyle that you have, I am referring to eBay. If you say you're going to be top dog and you feel that you can be the top dog in reselling within a realistic time frame, don't think you're going to be a top dog in reselling on eBay in 1 year. Unless you're listing 10,000 items a month somehow. If you can do that, then you could probably do it in a year, right? But the odds of that happening is slim to none. Because you got to figure out all the metrics. And what I mean by the metrics is not the numbers on eBay. What I mean by the metrics is you got to figure out all these little systems that become efficient for you. You're not going to start your first day and listing 50 items a day. It's not that you're not capable to list 50 items in one day. You just don't, you can't possibly have all the systems set up your first day of reselling or your first month or your first 6 months, for example. My system has changed drastically from when I first started reselling. When I first started reselling, I was listing items upstairs. When I first started reselling, I started actually listing when I moved down into the basement area that I was listing in the other room with the white sheet hang. So my systems have changed drastically. They got a pretty good sound foundation now, and I'm still going to build on them. I'm still improving my inventory system. I'm still improving my listing station. I'm still improving some of the metrics throughout my reselling, and you're going to do that too. Now, if you just had it and you had a perfect system to start with, and you didn't have to go through all the trials and errors of figuring out your inventory system, figuring out your listing station, figuring out what tools and odds and ends you might need on a daily basis, then you'd be that much further ahead. And I did make a video of what tools I use, guys, and what instruments I use on a daily basis to help my system out a lot more efficient. One other thing that's helped me become more efficient with reselling is literally having my listing table here. Right behind me is my draft table where I do my measurements and I do my listing. Everything is in arm's reach. I literally don't have to walk from one room to another room to another room. I did that shit for a long time, guys, and it takes up a whole bunch of unnecessary energy and just a whole bunch of unnecessary time. You don't need to do that. So what I encourage you to do today is start thinking that you can be the next best thing on eBay. Start thinking you can, because if you don't think like that, you're never going to achieve your imagination. Go with your imagination. Whatever your imagination is telling you that you want to get, don't let any outside sources dictate where you're going to go in your eBay business, because nobody's going to believe you, and it's not up to anybody to believe in you, okay? They're going to try to tell you, just go back to your 9 to 5. You're making more money. There's no sense in putting a year into it of barely scraping pennies to get by to live out your dreams. Good rockin' morning, Adam. Glad to see you watching. So, number one thing is you got to ignore all the distractions and all the naysayers out there. You can't listen to them, man. If you listen to them, you're going to be in their shoe prints. The people that are now, if it's somebody high up that's been reselling for 10, 15, 20 years, hell yeah, take some advice from them. But if it's somebody that's never tried to operate a business themselves and they're trying to tell you what direction to go, don't be an ass, but just simply say, how can you give me information about running a business if you have never ran a business? They can't do it. It's impossible. Don't make sense. Have you ever done a junk drawer auction? I listed one the other day, got 12 watchers already. I know I've never done that. Ed, I did months and months ago, guys. I did a live garage sale on, actually it might have been on this channel, or it was on my old eBay group channel, and it was an epic failure. I'll never do that again. But that was just me. I tried it one time. Now, if I would have never gave up on that and tried that every day, I probably could be booming in that right now. I thought it was a good idea to do a live garage sale opposed to just seeing the items as a picture. They would get to see them. I'd be able to describe them much easier than words. Because listening to somebody, for me, is a lot easier than giving me a piece of paper saying it's this measurement, you know, it's this texture, it's blah, 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 blah. So it is a really good idea to do that, Ed. Stick on that. Do that once a week. Do it a couple times a week. You know, use your imagination. And that's using your imagination. I love that. I love that when people actually use their imagination, but just don't give up on your imagination. You're going to start it off as, you said, junk drawer auction, right? You might start off at that as that now, and it might change in 6 months down the road to something completely different that your initial thought went to, right? And that's how you build opportunity. That's how you build greatness. In order to build greatness in your eBay business, you got to be open-minded and you got to be honest with yourself. If you can't evaluate yourself, have somebody help you evaluate yourself. It's very hard to look at your faults in your own business because your faults in your business is your fault. Most people don't want to take responsibility for their wrongdoings in their business. They don't want to own up to it. That's why it is so much easier and funner to work for somebody else. Why? Because you have no responsibility other than showing up and getting what you need to get done for the day to make your boss happy. If anything, if a machine breaks down, whatever, if anything else happens in the business, sales drop, it is not your fault. It's the boss's fault. If that happens in your eBay business, something you did wrong. You have to own up to it. You got to dissect your own problems. And most people don't like to do that. That's why most people don't go anywhere in life. It's a good way to get rid of small stuff I don't want to mess with. Yeah, it sounds like a good idea. Tell me more, Ed, when you learn more about it and you've got some experience on it, because I have a lot of minuscule items just laying around here that's collecting dust that really should be being pushed out. We are having a garage sale this Saturday. We'll see how that goes, but I got to eliminate a lot of stuff. I don't want anything in my room or in my work area that doesn't consist of my working tools and my inventory. That's all I want. I don't want a coffee cup down here. I got so much odds and ends that are still down here that need to be cleared out. But I can only do so much of that a day. For example, if you don't, I'm going to give you a prime example. You start out, you're getting down 10 items a day, right? You're starting to finally be able to list 10 items a day. You want to get to 50 items a day, but you can't foresee that happening in the future because you're just having a hard time with 10. Stick with 10. For quite some time. I'm going to show you guys exactly how I got from 10 items a day to 30 items a day. How I did that is I stuck with 10 for about a month. I says, you know what? The number one thing I need to work on, I realized my business was failing in, is I need to work on consistency. My consistency sucked. I would list 20 items one day, 25 items the next day, then I wouldn't list a day, and then I'd list one item, and then I'd list 4 items, and then consistency sucks. And if you don't have consistency on eBay, they're not going to reward you too good. So what I decided to say is, even though I know I can list more than 10 items a day, I'm going to do 10 items a day for a month. And I did that. And I succeeded and it felt good. And then the next month, I bumped it up to 15 items a day. And I was able to withstand that. And the following month, I went from between 15 to 20 items a day. And I was finally able to sustain that. And then I went to 20 items a day for a couple weeks, and I was able to do that. Then I went up to 25. Now I'm doing 30 like it was when I was doing 10. How did that happen? What happened is I was doing the same system every day and getting better and better and better every single item I listed and improving my system, you know, on a weekly manner. If there's a little bit a different way I could do something. I used to list, for example, all my items, stick them on a table behind me, then go back in my system and put a custom SKU in there and stick them in a poly bag. Big waste of time. Don't ever do something where you have to go back and do it again. That's just taking up more time in your day, causing more stress. Now I do a complete listing. I take my photos. I take all 30 photos for the day. And then I list. And as I'm listing, I'm putting them in the poly bags. I'll show you my system. I took the doors off my shelf. I put them into poly bags. I got 4 different size poly bags here. Large, extra large, large, medium, small. I got them, and then I got my custom labels, right, or not, I got my labels right here, my SKU numbers, and it's all one system right here. I got my measuring board right here. By the time I'm done, it literally looks, from the time I'm listing the item till the time I'm done, this is the finished product. And I do start to finish right there. These are the new poly bags, guys. They're very good. I encourage you to get them. I got them on Amazon, and I got 400 of them for $22. So, constantly revising your system to improve it. Don't do it. If it don't need improvement, don't do it. If it, like right now, I feel like I got a pretty sound system. It's going good. There's no sense in me trying anything new now because I'm still increasing my listing speed on a daily basis. Now, once I'm stagnant for a little while, maybe a week or two, and I don't feel like my listing speed is increasing anymore, then I'll try something different to get better results. But it is a system, guys, and it does take time. I used to listen to people that said, grow your business slow, and I'm like, fuck you, I'm going to go, balls to the wall, and I'm going to get this shit done as fast as I can. That was a bad attitude. I should have listened to them. Grow your business slow. Do a certain system for a month straight. Listen, this isn't a get in and get out, get rich real fast business. Your attitude should be, or could be, I'm not going to tell you what your attitude should be you're in eBay for the long haul. You're not trying to, if you're trying to get in and out, get into real estate or something. This isn't it. In real estate, it's going to take you a while too. I do plan on getting into real estate, but just not yet. When I can afford, when I can get the capital built up enough to start investing, I'll do so. But right now, set yourself up a system, write down on a whiteboard or a piece of paper, whatever you got, and be committed for 1 solid month and watch how much your listing speed increases. I guarantee you, if it's taking you 10 minutes to list an item right now, 15 minutes to list an item, 30, whatever it might be, if you do the same system every single day, within a month, you'll be listing items between 4 to 8 minutes. I can almost guarantee it, as long as you're listing the same items. Now, if one item you're listing a comic book, then the next item you're listing a pair of pants, and then you're listing coffee mugs. It's hard to do that because you got to do research on every one. That's why I stuck with clothes. It's not because I have some desirable obsession with clothes. One, they fold up in small poly bags, and I can have a lot more inventory down here of clothes than I could per se cooking plates or something like that, right? So it's easier to build a system with clothes than it is with coffee cups. First of all, you got coffee cups, you're going to have to buy a bunch of shelving and a bunch of expensive stuff. And even the shipping is more of a hassle. It's not bad, but it is more of a hassle than it is stuffing a poly bag inside of a priority bubble mailer. I try to make it as simple as possible and do it every single day. And I promise you guys, your time will speed up. I hope this video helped you guys out. It's your boy FlippinStoop. Please subscribe to the channel if you like the content and would like to see the content on a daily basis. And if you do me a favor and drop a comment below letting me know that you did. That way I can try to gain a personal relationship with everybody that's subscribing. Once again, that's your boy FlippinStoop. You guys have a rocking day.